And Raging Torrent is trying to turn away Fierceness, and he opens up too. Fierceness doing his best, but Raging Torrent running the race of his life. Raging Torrent's coming out party is in the Hillendale Metropolitan Handicap.
Welcome to this episode of Talking Racehorses. I'm the Horse Reactor, and this episode is on Raging Torrent. He is a 4-year-old colt by Maximus Mischief out of Violent Wave by Violence. Owned by Zhang Husnev or Husenig. I actually have no idea on how to say that person's name, so I apologize. He's also owned by Great Friends Stable. Never heard of them at all in my life. Trained by Doug O'Neill, same trainer as Nyquist, and another horse that me and Mr. Bob will get to another time. So, bred in Kentucky by Rodney J. Winkler and Alfonso Madsity. Don't know if I said that name right. Anyways, he's by Maximus Mischief. I'm looking at the pedigree right now for him. Oh, never mind. I was just going to say that the picture was missing the word mischief, but it just randomly appeared. I did see his last race. I don't remember seeing most of his races, though. His last race was the Met Mile at Saratoga when they were doing this year's running of the Belmont Stakes. And I also do remember him in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. He came in 7th in that one. He lost to Straight No Chaser. And also, he won his debut down at Del Mar, which is a maiden special weight at 5 furlongs. Put up a 96 buyer, speed figure. And then he was on like a losing streak. He didn't get his first win. He didn't win another race after that, he didn't win another race until the day of the Kentucky Derby last year. And then he won another race at Churchill in the... It's not really saying. It's just like a 7 furlong race. When he lost to Maxfield Overnight. No, that is the race. What am I saying? He won that one. And then he won the Pat O'Brien Stakes. Then he lost the Breeders' Cup to Straight No Chaser. And then he went on like a 3-race win streak. He won the Malibu Stakes at Santa Anita. Then he went to Dubai for the Godolphin Mile at Maidan Racecourse. And then he ended his career this year with a win in the Met Mile, like I said, beating Fierceness and Just a Touch. Well, his career might have been short-lived, but at least he had one. He won some, lost some, which... He lost a lot of good races that I think he probably should have won, including the Breeders' Cup Sprint, like I've been saying. He lost the Best Pal in 2023, the 2023 Del Mar Futurity, not Handicap. Wait, he lost those races to the same horse, Prince of Monaco. Never heard of that guy. Then he lost the American Pharoah Stakes to Muth. Then he lost an allowance race to John Shear at Churchill. Well, at Santa Anita, actually, for both of those races. Then he won an allowance race at Churchill. The Maxfield Overnight, he won. The Pat O'Brien, he won. The Breeders' Cup Sprint, he lost at Del Mar, like I said. And also, he has a few horses that I've heard of in his pedigree, besides Maximus Mischief, Violence, and into mischief. I've heard of Leslie's Lady. I believe she is a mother to Beholder. I know I've heard of Harlan's Holiday. Song and a Prayer I've heard of. Medaglia d'Oro I've heard of. Dixieland Band I've heard of him. And that's it. That's all I know for his pedigree that I've heard of. But anyways, looks like he had a good career from 2023 all the way to this year. So hopefully he's living a good retirement, and hopefully it's a happy, healthy one. His career spanned from August 2023 to June of 2025. So, wow, that's a long career. That really is. Doesn't seem like it because it's only 3 years, but if you look at the months under the Horse Racing Nation speed figures, then it's a long career. Trust me, it is. Anyways, that's a wrap on this episode of Talking Racehorses. Bye.